If you're thinking of leaving the UK or from whatever country you're watching this video from, then you need to view this video. Hi, my name is Abid and I left the UK in 2024 and moved to Muscat, Oman, a country that not many people know about, and is a country that really it's not really talked about, but it is a very, very beautiful place, probably the most beautiful place that you will see in the Gulf. If you want to move within the Gulf region, for me, this is the place, and there are many reasons. The weather, it's amazing. Then you have the beauty of the country, and then you have the beauty of the people itself. It is an amazing place. But I didn't come here for seeing the beauty or those reasons. I came here to start a business and develop and start a new life. I wanted a life where I could change my complete lifestyle and also have a small business which I can keep my mind active. Now, Oman, it's a great place at the moment. At the moment, if you imagine Dubai, say 20, 25 years ago, this is where Oman is now. And only now is it getting some sort of traction along the international community for investment, but it's not making the headlines that it should be. There, the Omani government have got a vision called what they call 2040, and within this period, they want to redevelop, re-energize, and get away from the reliance on oil and gas. So tourism, redevelopment of the country. So if you're looking to move, have a look at Oman. So if you want to start a business, or you want to invest in property, or you just want to work remotely, this could be the place for you. Now, if you're starting a business, it's a pretty straightforward procedure. There's no dramas, which I can go into in another video. But the one thing that a lot of people have been asking me about, now that I've been here for this period of time, is about investment in property. Now, investment in property, you can only buy as an expat, you can only buy in what they call the STC areas. So you can't buy in like where I'm living in now. I'm living in a place called Adeba. I can't buy a property here, for example. I can only buy in these designated areas, which they call STC, but there are plenty of them, and they're all in really good locations. So there's no shortage at the moment. Now, there's one project which is really, really big, and it's probably overshadowing all the other projects which are happening in Oman at the moment, and that's called Sultan Haitham City. Now, Sultan Haitham City is named after the Sultan, the current Sultan at the moment. So look, it's got its backing. So you should feel secure. Now, it's a humongous project. Really, it's a humongous. They want to build over 100,000 homes there, and they want it to be probably to take over the Muscat city itself because it's just so big. It's roughly 7 to 10, 12 minutes from the beach, and from Muscat Airport, around about 40, 45 minutes, and from central Muscat. So, for example, where I am, this isn't central, but from central Muscat, probably take you around about 25, 30 minutes. From where I am, it takes about 40 minutes. So that gives you an idea of the area. Now, there's villas, there's one-bedroom apartments, there's two-bedroom apartments, there's three-bedroom apartments, there's duplexes, there's townhouses, and like I said, there's villas. So there's all kinds of properties, but they get sold out very quickly. They get sold out very, very quickly. So, for example, there was one building which was in this area, and it got sold within like 20 minutes, half an hour, all gone. And you had to have a pre-order, or what they would say like a deposit. You put a deposit down, and then if your name is pulled out, then you'll have the apartment. There's also commercial property, but commercial property, from what I've read, and what I've seen, a lot of the commercial property is only for Omanis, but don't quote me on that. I'm still trying to find out more information. Information is not really well known. So when you try to do your Google search or you try to ask ChatGPT or whatever, it will never give you the correct information, because I've learned this myself, that you need someone here on the ground to give you the full info. So when I came to Oman, for example, I made loads of mistakes. I had no one to help or to show me or to guide me. I had to just prod my way around and navigate all the pitfalls, etc. But alhamdulillah, we've done that. So, and I don't want no one to go through what I went through. I don't want you guys to go through that if you move to Oman. So, Sultan Haitham City, the beauty of this project and the beauty of moving to Oman, if you're looking to buy a residential, is the minimum investment that you need, and I'll come back to this. The minimum investment you should have is around about 50,000 Omani Riyal, and that will get you either a studio or a one-bedroom apartment. Now, what do you get? Well, you're in a really good location, and like I said, it's a city. It's not. They're not building a housing estate. They're building a proper city. And when was the last time the UK had a really big, major infrastructure project? I can't remember. The last one I can remember was probably the Channel Tunnel. And when was that? That started back in the 80s. They tried to build a road connecting the north and south, and now that's been shot to pieces. So this country is spending billions. So for 50,000 Omani Riyal, you get a 1 BHK, one bedroom apartment, or a studio apartment. And with that, the property is freehold. Okay, property is freehold. Second, in this particular location in Sultan Haitham City, once you pay 30%, you're now entitled to residency for life. Yes, lifetime residency. And that basically means you get a residency card and you renew that every 2 years. I've got a residency card. My one's under a different concept, which is the business, and I have to renew mine for after every 2 years. So you've got lifetime residency. Which country does that? The property you're buying is freehold. Yeah, it's not leasehold. It's freehold. It's yours. There's no inheritance tax. So if something, God forbid, happens, zero. And the beautiful thing about this is that you pay a 20% deposit, and then you pay the remainder over 5 years. And the 5 years is interest free. So you pay 20%, then the remainder over 5 years, interest free. Some developers only do 3 years. Most are doing 5 and 3 or 5. But 5, let's go with 5. If not 3, you can work it out yourself. It's all off plan. Obviously, it's not being built. I've been to the site on a couple of occasions, and oh my God, I saw when there was nothing. And now, in the space of a year, it has shot up. It is really coming on. And in the last 1 year, prices in this particular area have gone up by 17.5%. That just gives you an idea. Now, what I'm stating to you is not what I'm fortuning. This is the facts. This is actually what's happened. Now, say for example, you took the 1 bedroom apartment and you did it on a 5-year payment plan. After 3 years, like I said, after paying 30%, you can now apply for residency. Once you pay the 30%, you get your residency, and it gets better. You get residency for your complete immediate family. So, for example, your wife, husband or wife, your children and your parents. So your complete immediate family. If your children are married, they can still have the residency, but their family can't. Okay, so you're covered. I mean, I don't know which country gives you all this facilitation. for a very small amount. People spend hundreds of thousands just for a golden visa, silver visa for other countries. But here you have got residency for life. You've got an appreciating asset which you paid for over a period of 5 years, interest free. So, guys, you guys do the maths, see where you are with it. The property will be developed in, say, 2027. Once it's developed, you can rent it out. Now, this only applies to certain developers. Not every developer will let you do this, but you can rent it out. So you can rent it out, and now the rental income is now going to be paying part of your repayment. How and where can you get this? From anywhere? I don't know. That's why Oman is beautiful. It's encouraging investment, and there's so much. Everywhere I drive, I go to a different area. There's cranes and there's all these big structures being developed. But guys, this is a city. They're building a city, and they're doing things in this particular city that haven't been done. There's going to be a humongous mosque being built there, which is, from what I've been told, it's going to be even bigger than the Sultan Qaboos, which is the main mosque at the moment. So anyone who's seen Sultan Qaboos, you will know how big that is, and this is going to be a bigger one. Wherever you're going to move to, I wish you well. If you're thinking or you want to have more information about Oman, feel free to reach out and I will give you the information. In my next video will be about a very good friend of mine who came to Muscat, and he actually put a deposit down on an apartment, and we'll go through the whole process and what we did and how he found it. The interview will be with him, so he will tell you how he found it. Okay, see you in the next one.